Tullie House was visited last night by a group of performers from Beijing Normal University for a cultural showcase for the Carlisle public.
Because we have a Confucius Institute with the University of Manchester, so that brings us to UK, and then we're invited by the University of Lancaster to perform here. We're very excited. Tonight we're going to be performing Chinese folk music, Chinese folk dance, as well as martial art. We're extremely excited, and we even have the honor to visit the city and the castle across the street. And so now we get to know more of your city as well, and that's great because we do find out some similarities between your castle and the defense system and the Chinese Great Wall. So it's a great cultural exchanges between our two countries. What we had there, and now we have cultural performance exchanges.
The performance aimed to display as much as it could of a huge wealth of Chinese culture.
It will have really a little bit of everything, but you might know China is a very big country. We have 1.3 billion people, so that means we have a lot of diversity there. So we're going to be showing you some dances in the southern part, sharing the border with Thailand, for example, and we're also going to be performing music pieces from the north, where we share the border with Mongolia, with Russia. So we're trying to give a taste of everything in China. Of course, in the time frame an hour, it would be not possible to do that. We still try our best.
The Lancaster University Confucius Institute promotes language and culture to schools, communities and businesses.
Okay, we may teach language, Chinese, to people who like to learn, and you may communicate our culture. We want to learn British culture, and if someone are interested in Chinese culture, we'll introduce to them. Yeah, the performance is a very good way, okay, to present or to display Chinese culture, okay, and I think it's a good way to have a mutual communication between UK and China, because we communicate with each other and we know each other and we can make good friends better.
We asked how the evening's performance tied into the Tullie House's goals for Carlisle.
So Tullie House have been partners with Lancaster University Confucius Institute for over 5 years now, and we have 2 members of staff seconded to work at the museum, and they do Chinese language teaching for adults and for children. They run activities and events with schools, and they help us put on our annual Chinese New Year celebration. And all this kind of connects back to our collections. So at the museum we have a wonderful collection of Chinese objects, and they're going to form the basis for an exhibition next year. So all this activity is sort of building up to that big exhibition in 2020. I think at this particular time it's more important than ever that we kind of look beyond ourselves and look to make friends everywhere, all over the world really.
Those from Tullie House's museum's Mandarin classes were invited along with the larger Carlisle public, and the Mayor of Carlisle accepted a gift from the Chinese students.
Absolutely breathtaking. It's a real privilege for me to have witnessed that tonight. I can't speak highly enough of the performance tonight. Wonderful. And because I think it's a great honour for Carlisle and Tullie House to have these performers here. We must do everything that we can to work with other countries, other cultures, for Carlisle as well. It's so good for us as a city, and to welcome these people here.
The audience was showered with gifts from the visitors through the evening, and the performers got their fair share of enthusiastic applause in return. Kira McFadgen, That's TV.